Welcome to C10 Talk, your C10 Truck podcast. Here's your host, Ronnie Welch.
Listen up, C10 Nation. What up, what up? Little quick update. I still have the intervention episode and the C10s in the Park episode to get done. Just got back this morning, back into Phoenix, back home, and what a trip we had. I will get all that out to you as soon as I can. Probably the intervention will be out later this week. That's my goal. But this story came across yesterday, and I don't know how I didn't know about it, but I didn't. And so I reached out to Cody, and we're going to see what we can do to help him. So an amazing story, an amazing young man from the 20 minutes that I've spent with him. Obviously, a brave young man. So I'm going to get to that. You guys listen in on Cody and I's conversation. Our little trip was a blast. 4,800 miles, 7 states. We hit up the intervention. We had time to stop by Accuair. We had time to hit Brothers. I picked up some parts at CPP. People along the way. Worked our way back home and then headed out to C10s in the Park in Waxahachie, Texas. What a good time. Great time. People, NorCal people, Texas, both shows, phenomenal time. Headed over to Vintage Air in San Antonio and then also hit up Marquez and then came back home yesterday. And pretty much hit it hard all day yesterday and then made it home. My nephew and I, Brady was with me, and he was a savior because he was able to help rotate with me. Obviously, if you haven't checked out the Instagram there, I did stop by Gas Monkey, and Richard and I were able to exchange money for title for Yellowstone. He does have a cool thought process and idea for that. I believe I'm going to sit down with Richard and we're going to record a little pod. So you'll see that come out here pretty soon. That's it. I've got tons of updates that I'll hit in other shows and keep you guys in the loop. I just want to thank everybody for the support, everybody for, just checking out our trip and what we've been able to do in the community. And and first and foremost, to the guys running the intervention and the guys running C10s in the Park. So you guys did a hell of a job. Both, Tony, Carlos, and John, and then the Provost guys up at the intervention. And then down in Texas, you've got Mark, you've got Terry, and you've got Pedro. And I know he even has more than that help him. Becky, his wife, a lot going on, a lot of moving parts that we don't really have to deal with. And these guys are dealing with it and throwing extremely successful shows. Coverage from the intervention will be out later this week, and coverage from C10s in the Park, let's shoot for next week. And then if I'm able to sit down with Richard later this week or sometime this week, that will follow from there. So let's get right to Cody and the Cody story at C10_Wish. Give you guys a little update. C10 community, C10 Nation, C10 Club. We're going to help him out. Let's see if we can't get this thing built. Here we go. All right, guys. Late. All right. Got a unique one today, boys and girls, C10 Nation. Hope you guys are doing good out there, and thought kind of bring you a little update here, something I just learned about today. Actually, it was kind of brought to me, I think, yesterday. John Orrell reached out to me, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't know about this, so found out about it, and going to reach out to Cody Garling. Cody is out of Garden Grove, California, and his Instagram is at C10_Wish, at C10_Wish. Young man, and you've got a unique story, Cody. So thanks for taking the time to be on C10 Talk and spend some time with us today, brother. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming on, brother. Tell us a little bit about, I guess I'll fill in the audience a little bit. So Cody is 20, and he has 2 times leukemia. When did you when were you first diagnosed, Cody?
I was first diagnosed in 2016 of February.
What was going on with you? You're 20 now, so how old were you when that? About 17?
So the first day I went to work, and I was working a car show. And and I went home, went to bed. Probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with leg pain, and I went to go get up. I couldn't stand up on my own, so I was holding on the walls. Went to my parents' room and told them I couldn't walk. So they took me to the hospital. All the doctors thought that I just might have overdone it. And then they were doing tests. I was in the hospital for 9 days. They couldn't find anything. They finally did a bone marrow aspirate, and they found out I had leukemia 9 days later.
Probably pretty intense to hear that.
Right.
So you hit it head on, your family, and you essentially thought you beat it.
Correct.
About how long did that take?
They told me I was in remission probably 6 months into chemo, and then probably about 6 months later, I relapsed, and I had it in my spinal cord and my brain.
Wow. Now, were you a senior at the time? Were you still going to school?
Yeah, I was in the middle of senior year, and I had to stop senior year. I got homeschooled and just did homework from the hospital and just tried to finish. And then I got to walk with my class.
That's cool.
That's pretty much it.
That was a cool feeling, I bet.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congratulations. That's, I'm sure from the perspective of what you were going through, walking would be one of those things where it's down the road from the priority perspective, but also a goal was set and you did it. And I imagine it was a fun feeling, and for your classmates to see you out there and your bravery and your strength to finish.
Right.
Cool. So a little bit of how you became to own either your first C10, because you said you had a C10, and then what happened to your first C10?
So I was always into like old trucks, and my dad's a car guy. He has a show car, and I've always wanted a truck. My grandpa had a 71, I think, and I always liked it. I was always like, "Hey, Papa, are you gonna give me that?" And he was like, "No." And then he passed away, and my grandma still has it. So I found one on Craigslist, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, I want this." So that was my first car. It was a 70 C20, and just finished putting a motor in it. I put a 383 stroker, and I was driving in the rain, hydroplane, and wrapped around the tree.
It's never a dull moment with you.
Yeah, I know.
You keep it exciting, bro.
Yeah.
Did you get hurt at all?
No, I had a bruise on my head because I hit the roof, but that was about it.
From there, they totaled the truck?
Right, and then I took it and parted it all out because or else they would have just trashed it.
And then, so about the time frame for the audience, you had you were in remission, or are you working through the second phase at this point when the accident happened?
I was in remission. I was just let out of hospital 2 days before.
And this was the second time? This was when you had been re-diagnosed?
No, this was the first diagnosis.
Okay.
This was when it was in my blood.
Okay, so it was in the blood, then you get in the accident, then it comes back, it's in your spine, and you said your brain?
Yes.
Then what happened?
And then after that, I wanted to drive again because that's what I look forward to. I always wanted to drive. Like, I guess that kept my mind off of everything. So I went and bought a 67 C10 and went out to contacted Make-A-Wish My mom actually did, because that's when I relapsed. And so I contacted Make-A-Wish, and they said they'll grant my wish, and it just went on from there. They wouldn't do the mechanical work, so I reached out to some of my sponsors, and they were on board to sponsor me.
That's pretty cool. What's the goal? You have a 1967. Through your Instagram page, I've been able to catch up a little bit. You've got a GSI full suspension. You've got some Accuair, and we need to get this truck done.
Right. Yeah. Just trying to get it done so I could take it to shows, do what I want to do, like to keep my mind off of knowing that I have cancer and going through this treatment, and just have fun.
Do you do
with all the truck people?
Well, and that's we want that for you as well. Do you do a lot of the work yourself? Do you and your dad do it? Explain that for us.
So we were looking for someone to do the mechanical, because my dad's pretty much busy at work. He works till 4:00 in the afternoon. So one of my mom's friends contacted her, and he was like, I want to build this truck for you guys. So he did all the mechanical work. I should be getting it back this week, and then it's going to Make-A-Wish from there.
What's Make-A-Wish going to do? They are now going to help with some of the mechanical?
They're going to paint it interior and put like the details on it, like tail lights.
What else do you need?
I need. So they have a budget, so I don't know if they're gonna do all of the work, but I contacted TMI and I don't know if I had their right email, but I want like a custom interior kind of.
Okay.
Instead of the bench seat, and then I need someone to build the bed framing to lift up, so you could see all the GSI and the Accuair and all that.
Okay.
And I was looking at vintage air, so I have air conditioning, so it's not so hot in the truck.
Cool. I think I can help you with some of that. So,
all right, cool.
What do you think about the C10 community getting behind this? And I can definitely make some phone calls right away. I can make a phone call to TMI, Vintage Air, the bed frame. I could talk to Mark K. And I know this guy named Tricky that makes some cool bed floor shocks. And then we definitely have some fabricators out there in that Cali area. John and I were talking about that. So let's get behind this and get the C10 community kind of rally behind you, Cody. Do you have a name for your truck, brother?
Yeah, it's C10 Wish.
Okay.
Because I've always wanted a C10, and I got the C10, and then it's my Make-A-Wish truck.
That's pretty rad.
So just combining both.
I'm assuming there's a few times where I've seen it in pictures. It is a long bed. Confirming that.
We converted it to a short bed.
Okay, yeah, because I see the frame. Who did that work for you?
The same guy, one of my mom's friends.
Oh, that's cool.
His name's it's out of their company name's FOA.
Say it again.
Their company name's FOA.
FOA.
Yeah, FOA Visuals.
Okay, cool. It looks like you've got some Budnick Wheels, classic let's see here, classic performances with you here. Nitto, Accuair, LMC. Okay, I see the FOA, Mark and Tyler. Awesome, brother. Well, here's what I think we need to do. Now, another thing that is important is there was some kind of detail where you're 20 now, and it looks like once you hit a certain age, I believe it was 21, then is that when the funding or the project needs to be complete, or will they continue to carry on?
So they won't grant my wish after 21. So it's got to be completely done by November 15th. Paint, interior, taillights, headlights, bumper, and all that. But
So who's going to paint it? Did you mention that already?
they don't have a contact yet.
So
Well, they have a contact, but they aren't telling us yet who it is.
Okay. So can you, when we get off the air, I want to get your contact so that I can kind of help work with that, because I don't want to obviously do something that they're already working on, and we can kind of develop a plan. Now you're in Garden Grove. On November 15th, I'm assuming that's your 21st birthday?
Yes.
Okay. That's also the same day as what's we consider the biggest C10 party of the year, and that's Dino's Git Down out here in Phoenix. So
Correct.
What I'd like to do is help with that. If we can get the truck done and have you out here for your birthday. I don't know if that's something that you would want to do. Your parents might want to celebrate with you at home, but we'll be in touch with that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, brother. C10 Wish. Cody, you're a brave man, and it's the least we can do. You've already got some amazing guys behind you. So, again, thank you for taking time to come on the show. I'll reach out to some of these different people. I think with the community's help, we can get this truck done. First and foremost, let's get this truck done. Second, let's see what we can do to get you out to the Get Down.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
What else do you do, Cody? What else are you passionate about, or what are your hobbies? Are you working right now to kind of keep your mind off it? Tell us a little bit more about Cody.
The doctors won't let me work right now because they say there's too many germs and they don't want me around a lot of people. So they're keeping me on hold from work, from college.
So describe your day. I mean, are you essentially stuck at home?
I wouldn't say fully stuck at home because I could still drive and hang out with friends. As long as they aren't sick, I could hang out with friends. I just can't go in big crowds because my immune system's low. So that's pretty much what I do. Hang out with friends, go dirt bike riding, stuff like that.
That's cool.
Away from people.
Do you have a motorcycle that you ride around?
Yeah, I ride a Honda CRF 450.
Cool. That's pretty rad. Is that one of your favorite things to do when you're not working on your truck, or do you game? Seems like a lot of guys your age game a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty much that and car shows. Check out other trucks, get ideas of what I want my truck to look like.
What's some of your favorite truck shows or car shows that you go to over there?
Probably the Brothers Truck Show.
Cool. That's a fun one. Now, do you have a builder or a style that you really like for trucks?
There's so many.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's Drew's truck. It's the orange and silver one, the diesel. I don't know if you've seen it on the GSI calendar this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one that one is. I actually can't. It's so funny that when you say Drew, I'm probably thinking of, I'm thinking of an Instagram name to put with the truck. And it'll probably be a truck that I know. I'm just drawing a blank. What year is it? Do you know offhand? What generation?
It's a 68.
68, man. I'll have to see it. That's cool. So you like the diesels. Now, what power plant do you have?
It's the 383 stroker. So when I wrecked my truck, I was able to save the motor and transmission. So they just transferred the motor into that.
Perfect. Truck. Perfect. What do you want to be when you grow up? What's your goals?
My goal is to be a police officer and work locally in Orange County.
It's exciting. Do you have any like college? Like, what do they have that? JC Community College. You have that. God, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank because I have the firefighting AA degree or whatever, but they have the police degree as well. Have you started taking any of those classes?
So I took one class online, and then that was when I was in treatment, in the middle of treatment. So it's kind of hard for me to do treatment when I wasn't feeling good and do homework on top of that.
Oh, I bet, man. Well, I tell you what, brother, it's a pleasure to meet you. You have some cool people behind you. You have a cool truck, and we're gonna help you. So I'm gonna reach out to some of these different people, TMI, Vintage Air, and we'll see what we can't make happen, and then we'll be in touch. Okay, brother?
All right, sounds good.
Okay, you got my number. If you need anything, and then also my buddy John Orrell, because he lives out there. He's already looking into some of the different people to help you with some of the fabrication. After we get off the phone, I'm going to get some Make-A-Wish information so I can touch base with them to assist, and we can kind of formulate a plan. I also see that you have GSI behind you, so I'll reach out to Scott because he's a good friend, and obviously he probably has a good update of what's going on. And then ultimately the goal will be to have the truck done by November 15th and have you out here for the Git Down, brother.
All right, sounds good.
Good luck, and I'll be in touch, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, Cody. Have a great day.
All right, you too.